Hi, this is Yuji. Today I'm going to make potato buns. I choose to make potato buns because I think this is the most classic Chinese dish beside the dumplings. In today's video, you're going to see how to make a dough, cutting the vegetables, and how to make the stuffing, and how to wrap the buns, and finally, how to steam the buns. First, we need to take out 350 grams of all-purpose flour. We need to add 3 grams of yeast powder to the flours. The function of yeast powder is to enlarge the dough through the breeze of the yeast, so let's make the dough become bigger. We need to knead the flour and the yeast powder into a dough with water. Please note here we must use warm water at 38 to 40 degrees. Overheated water will inactivate the yeast. Super cold water will not fully activate the yeast. I used 39 degrees of warm water in this video. To make a dough, you need to pour water while stirring, so ensure that dough can absorb water evenly. Until we stir, there is no dry powder, we need to start kneading a dough. Knead the dough requires some patience, so it takes some time for the dough to absorb the water completely. Kneading the dough can speed up the process. When we knead the dough to a smooth and hands-free state, we can cover the dough and put it aside for 45 minutes to an hour. While waiting for the dough, we can use this time to cut vegetables and making the inside of the buns. First, I need to peel off the skin of the potatoes and carrots. Then, I need to soak the potatoes for 10 minutes in order to clean the starch in potatoes. Now, let's go to the vegetable cutting stuff. I need to cut the potato into the small dice, which is a quarter of foot times quarter foot times quarter foot size. We need to cut the potato into a quarter foot wide pieces and then cut them into a quarter foot chips, then cut them into a quarter foot small potato dices. When I finish cutting the potato, I will put them into a big bowl. For carrots, I'm gonna cut it into julienne first and then cut them into small pieces of carrots. Julienne is a French cut, which is cut the vegetable into long strips. Here, because the buns, strips are too long to stay in a buns, so I need to cut them into small pieces after cut the carrots into the julienne. I cut all of the carrots through julienne into small pieces. Now let's put them into the big bowl as well. And finally, we're going to deal with the leeks because the roots of the leeks contains a lot of soil and it's kind of dirty, so we need to cut the roots off. And then we need to cut the leeks into small pieces and put them into the big bowl. Alright, that's the section of cutting the vegetables. Remember, always keep the table clean. It's important to keep the kitchen clean. Now we're going to put in sauce into the vegetables to make the inside of buns. First, I put 20 ml of soy sauce, 1 ml of thick soy sauce, and 10 ml of thin soy sauce. Next, I put in 5 grams of salt, 2 grams of white sugar, and 3 grams of Sichuan pepper powder. Finally, put in 5 grams of oyster sauce and 5 ml of sesame oil and 5 ml of olive oil, and to stir the sauce together, and that is our sauce for the buns. And our dough is ready as well. And you see I'm pressing the dough because there's a lot of air in it. I need to squeeze it out. Now I need to add some raw flour into the dough. This is where I can take the dough to the chopping board without sticking with my hands. And now we'll officially enter the step of making the buns. We need to divide the dough into 10 small pieces. First, I need to knead this big dough into the long strip, dividing the kneaded strip into 2 parts and each of them into 5 small pieces. I'm gonna teach you how to make the little pieces into flat. So first, we need to take all small piece and press it flat. And we need to take out a rolling pin, starting from anywhere in a dough, and taking a rolling pin and flatten a small piece. When we press this piece, remove it by hand and flatten another piece with the rolling pin. It will be difficult at first, no worries. It always needs a long time to practice. Now we need to wrap the prepared stuff into the buns. First, put the stuffing in the center of the bun skin, and pinch small pieces of the bun skin, and pinch another small pieces of bun skin. Please note that you need to pinch the 2 pinched bun skins together, which just means like you have to stick them together and then do the next and do the next and do the next until the buns is completely closed. Here's another tip for you. When you wrap the buns, you need to make sure your hands cannot be fully extended. This is for the stuffing won't move back and forth. So here's my result. I made 10 buns and now I'm gonna put them into the steamer. Here we use the Mozart heat method, which used the hot water to make the buns ready to eat. Let's wait for 20 minutes. Alright, 20 minutes cooking is done. Our bun is ready to eat now. So look at the beautiful buns that I made. And thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoy it.